football. They'd throw a flag, I didn't know what the signal was. I'd watch my teammates see where they walked because I didn't know what the heck to do. I didn't know cover 2 from cover 3 from cover 1. I was a safety, and he told me to stay deep. That's kind of how I learned how to play. So I owe George Novak a lot, my high school football coach. He was the best and still is the best. I think Jerry Faust, an old blast from the past, he was my coach that recruited me to Akron and gave me a scholarship and a chance to play. And then the coaches that I've had in this league that have been fantastic. Jimmy Johnson drafted me as a kid out of Akron that didn't know anything. I just knew how to run and find the ball. That's all he told me to do, just find the ball and go make some plays, and we'll work on the rest later. And so I thank Jimmy Johnson. He's been huge for me. I know he also drafted Zach. Dave Weinstein was great for me. I have to thank Dave. Whether you like it or not, I do thank Nick Saban. Nick was great for me. He's a very, very smart football coach, and regardless of how things ended here, Nick was been very instrumental in my career. Him and Don Capers were fantastic. I played 1 year for Rex Ryan and learned a lot from Rex and had a lot of fun with Rex. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Rex and obviously Tony Sperano, who was a great guy. Learned a lot from. We didn't win enough for any of these guys, but I owe them a lot. They always gave me a platform, gave me freedom, gave me reign over some things to be a leader, and I appreciate that. You can't lead without your ultimate leaders allowing you to do that, and I always try to do that. There's a lot of coordinators I played for too that I love to death. Jim Bates, Will Muschamp, Dan Quinn, defensive line coach, Travis Jones, the line coach, Clarence Brooks, way back in the day, Kerry Gadet, Glenn Pyers, who's now up in Atlanta coaching, Jim Reed, who's now the defensive coordinator at Virginia, Mike Nolan. I just got a chance to visit with Mike Nolan, and I really, really do enjoy playing with Mike Nolan. He's a great football coach, and I don't know what the future holds for him, but it's been a pleasure for me to be able to work with him for a year. John Gamble, a lot of us all know John Gamble, and a fantastic guy, and I have to thank those guys. I know those guys a lot. They taught me a lot, taught me so much how to analyze the game. Between my coaches and Zach, who was really the coach on the field, I've learned a lot about how to analyze the game, how to break the game down, what to expect, and in turn, and obviously make plays. I've played 15 years. I've got a lot of teammates, and I've obviously not been able to name them all. Unfortunately, it's just the list is just way too long, and I can't remember all the names. But first and foremost, Zach Thomas, Dan Marino, who was the man. The 3 years I played with him, fantastic. Learned so much from the old vet. He could still do it. Sad to see him go, but he was fantastic to work with. Tim Bowens, a lot of us know Tim Bowens. What a guy. The most unselfish teammate I ever played with. And all he cared about was doing his job in the A gap. Didn't want any praise for it. Didn't want anything besides to be around the guys. And I don't even think he cared about collecting the paycheck. He just loved what he did, and I love Tim Bowens to death. And get a chance to see him later on. Sam and Pat, the reason why I got a lot of sacks for a lot of years. Those guys cover down. It's easy to rush a quarterback when they have nowhere to throw the ball. So Sam and Pat were very big. Trace Armstrong, Derek Rogers, Adewale Agunle, a lot of the guys, Kenny Mixon, Lorenzo Bromell, guys that I got to rush with. That made me better. It's as simple as that. Without those guys, I wouldn't have made it. Ricky Williams, Ronnie Brown, Keith Traylor, Todd Wade, the list goes on. Jake Long, some of the current guys now. Carlos Dansby, I told those guys in the locker room a little while ago. The honor it was for me to come back here and play with guys like Carlos Dansby. Get a chance to run with Cam Wake again. Talented guys. I mean, Kendall Langford, Randy Stark. You see what the game Randy had today. I mean, I told him I was jealous. That's the kind of game I wanted to have. And holy cow, he players put off today. There's so many good guys in that locker room. Really, really good players that I'm gonna miss. That have been a lot of fun this year. And I think that's the number one thing I'll miss is that fraternity of the NFL locker room and these guys. I'm almost there. The support staff that helps run an NFL football team is second to none. And the group here in Miami that does all the things behind closed doors and don't get the credit for it, don't get thank yous for it. As you hear the trucks outside now, I mean, the equipment guys are loading the trucks up to go back from work the rest of the night. And there's so many people that make this ship run. And we're the ones that take the field on Sundays, but without people like the support staff, like the equipment managers and the trainers, it just doesn't work. And one of my great friends in life, it was the equipment manager here from the beginning when I got here. He tells a story that my agent Gary called and said that Jason Taylor, the third round pick, would like to request number 99. He tells a story like he didn't want to give it to me, and the only reason he did is because he felt sorry for me. But a very good friend of mine and a great equipment guy here for a long time. And he's now moved on. My man Tony Inglis and his beautiful family are here today. Thank you guys. And the current guys, I'm going to name them: Joey Chimino, Charlie, Swede, Kyle, Austin, all the guys that are here. They do a fantastic job of keeping this ship running from an equipment perspective. Kevin O'Neill, Troy Maurer, Ben Westby, they were the trainers here for a long time. Ryan Vermillion, when I first came in, he was a trainer. Those guys do a great job of keeping us put together, keeping guys healthy as best we can in this game. And I thank them for all their years of service. I already thank Harvey. Neil Galkus, who was here for a lot of years, is now in Cleveland. Mike Bohannon, who's now moved on also. But Jason and Fitz is here. Jason Jenkins is around somewhere, I'm sure. The current staff, you guys do a fantastic job, and we don't always make it easy on you. I usually give Harvey more crap than I give you guys, because I like you guys a lot more. But thank you for all you do. Bill already touched on the guys in opposite, but Bill Galante, that's my man. I'm gonna miss him. And I'm still gonna bug you for tickets or whatever else when I can. Feel free to say no, but I'm saying your name a few times now, so take care of me. You're the man. I love you. Sean Todd, Diana Morales, Frank Lucido, people who have been here throughout the years that have always been great for me and my family and helping us out with whatever we needed on the road with tickets. And you see how big this family is. When we travel, we travel. So I've always needed the help. The security guys here, Stu Weinstein and his whole staff, Larry and Drew and all the guys, Roger. You guys are the best. You guys always show up, protect us, help us. You know, we do everything we ask you to do. You always show up for my charity events, and I appreciate that. We need you. We appreciate you. You guys don't get thanked a whole lot, but we appreciate it. The video staff, the Hack brothers, Dave is already retired, but Bob Hack, Matt Taylor in the video room, another thankless job. You know, you go in there and you tell them, like, guys, I need to see third down from the end zone on the road games. I need quarterback's cadence. If you got them with microphones, you know, you give them so many things that you need throughout the course of a week to prepare for a game. And whether it's midnight or 6 in the morning, they're always punching it out and giving it to you. And I'm sure I was much easier on them than someone like Zach who wore films out, but we're very appreciative of those guys. The player development guys, Caleb Thornhill is here now. He does a great job, and Jamie Allen was here for years, and John Gamble was here for years. And that's a very, very, I think, important position in professional sports. Player development helps guys with everything off the field, you know, whether it be your finances or your family, your insurance. There's so many things that go into helping your ship run so you can focus on what you do on the field. Again, a thankless job, but I do appreciate those guys, so I wanted to mention them and thank them. Believe it or not, I want to thank you guys, the media. It's been an interesting 15 years. I thank you for doing your job. Yeah, I've tried to make it, I guess I can't say I've tried to make it easy. I've tried to be accessible to you, give you things to go with. I know sometimes a lot of coach speak. You guys probably hate it, but we do it. And we do believe what we say, we really do. I know you guys have a job to do. While we don't always agree, you guys always covered us fairly, I think. If we want to make it easier on ourselves, we could have won more games, but I appreciate the job you guys do. It's been an amazing run. Sometimes you guys wrote amazing articles or did amazing stories. Sometimes you guys were amazingly wrong, but either way it was amazing. with that, I thank you. I'm sure I'll see you guys in the future. You probably won't want to hear from me anymore, but that's all right with me too. You know, in closing, before I take the questions, one thing I always did, it always meant a lot to me. It was always important to me. It was important to Zach. It was important to Dan. To always respect and play for, to do it the right way, and always play for the name on the front of the jersey as much as the name on the back. And that logo always meant so much to me. It still does. Sometimes you get in the course of a season and you lose focus on, not focus on, you're focusing so much on football and what you're doing, trying to do it at a high level. And you tend to take this game for granted. Now, I don't always say don't do it, but I've been guilty of it. Now I'm at the end. I realized I've been guilty of it too. Even that locker room today, saying the last prayer on that Dolphin logo in the locker room, walking out to that 50-yard line for the coin toss on that Dolphin, and taking that jersey off today. And giving that 99 back to the Dolphins. For someone else to use, or for, because I'm done with it. It was hard. Our name was on the back and we couldn't see our names. But the name on the front was more important. That logo on the side of that helmet is important. Playing this game is a privilege. And this was so good to me. This was so good to my family. And I'll miss it. I'm the luckiest man in the world, guys. I really am. I'm the luckiest man in the world for the family I have, for the mother I have, for the friends that are here today, for the wife and the kids that I have, for the teammates I've had the chance to play with. I'm lucky to have the things that this game has afforded me, a chance to start a foundation that means so much to this community to me. Two of my best friends in the world, Seth Levitt, running my foundation. He's been there from day one. He's been fantastic. I don't tell him all the time, but I love him. My man from school, Brian Coles.